Create yourself a new world, big or small, but make it beautiful. The Property Show brings you beautiful spaces, exquisite construction ideas, easy style interior designing, and we bring you up to date with the industry. It's fresh, it's inspiring, it's The Property Show. Now showing on The Property Show. Proudly sponsored by Roofings.
Welcome to this week's edition of The Property Show, where we focus on making sense of the real estate industry. And definitely, we appreciate Roofings Group, the strength of the nation, our official sponsors of The Property Show Uganda, that ensures that they've got quality, durable products at affordable prices. Visit any of their showrooms, visit any of the outlets, and you'll be able to get solid quality material guaranteed by Roofings. And of course, Nina Interiors, for all your furnishing needs, whether it's a home, office, they've got the very best that you can think of acquiring anywhere else. And it's The Property Show. We appreciate all our viewers in the country, in the diaspora. Thank you for making The Property Show a part of you. Let's take a look at what we have lined up for you today. And of course, Christabel will be giving you a lot more later in the show.
Today on The Property Show.
At times it can actually be very, very tricky when it's your first time to move into a house. You do not know what to go with, you don't know the color patterns, you do not know exactly what to do. But, well, if you're like me, you may just end up choosing anything you want and your house might end up looking a little bit confused. Well, you don't have to do that anymore, because with the interior designing tips every week, that is actually sorted out and covered for you. Because all you have to do is sit back, relax, and watch while you actually get educated and get a few tips on what to do with your own place or your own apartment. Up next is Interior Designing Tips of the Week. But before the Interior Designing Tips of the Week, it's My Dream Home, the only segment on the show where you get to participate, where you get to be a part of the Property Show family. Up next is My Dream Home of the Week.
Hello again, my name is Gloria and I'm taking you through this week's interior designer tips. Today, I'm just going to answer some questions that some of you have put on our Facebook page. And the first question is from Pseudo Christine. He said, which wall would be the right wall for a focal wall? So here's the deal. Any wall can be a focal point. It depends on your preference. So you walk into a space and you make a selection, you decide, all right, when I'm sitting down and I'm relaxing, I'd like to face north. Then that wall will be your focal point. If you say, if you're the kind of person who like to sit and face a window so that you can look outside into the gardens, then the window, that wall with the window will be your focal point. So what you do with that wall is you either paint it up or you put lots of wall accessories. Basically, when anybody walks into your space, automatically their eye is trained to move to that space. So that's how you determine your focal point. Now, the second question is from Eunice. She asked, can you make your own napkins? And that's absolutely true. You don't have to buy the ready-made napkins. You can go out to fabric shops, textile, lots of textiles, pick a textiles. However, you need to bear in mind there's some textiles that do not absorb liquid easily. So those you want to stay away from, because the point of a napkin is there to help you clean yourself when you spill something. So the fabric should be able to breathe and should be able to absorb liquid or soak in stuff easily. Then you just take it to a tailor, have the squares cut, have them sewn around, and you have your napkins, any color, any style. I'm Gloria with this week's Interior Designer Tip. Take care and God bless you.
Rules for everybody. Rules for everybody. Rules for everybody. Everybody needs a color.
What better way to celebrate than to take home Roofing's colored iron sheets, which offer double coat, longer life, and are made with Japanese technology and Uganda's preferred colored iron sheet. Enjoy special discounts of up to 10%. You can have your sheets cut to measure to reduce wastage and cost. Hurry while stocks last. This offer is valid till the 31st of January 2016.
Everybody needs a color.
Still to come.
Brief us on how far you went and where it is at right now.
Because we have registered the Banja holders on Kabaka's land.
May still be that dream that you have, and then we'll still say it doesn't have to be the exact kind of house you want or the exact kind of property you want. But in these properties, there may be something you love about it. It may be the chandelier, it may be the furniture, it may be the plan of the house that excites you. That is why every week we give you the property of the week. And the beauty of the property of the week, that it's brought to you by one of the leading furniture dealers in Uganda, and that is Nina Interiors. For interior decor, furniture, look no further, Nina Interiors. Up next is the property of the week, brought to you by the Nina Interiors.
It's that special time of the year again, and the Nina Interiors Christmas sale is on. It's bigger and better than ever before. And now, with our gift vouchers, shopping just got easier. Save big this Christmas on sofa sets, dining sets, beds, curtains and decorative accessories. Visit our showroom at Plot 41 Ginger Road today.
Golden Villas comes as part of Uganda's latest exquisite locations on the planned settlement phase in Chigo, found in Entebbe. Right next to the 5-star hotel Entebbe Serena Resort Hotel that gives off beauty at its peak. The villas are made in self-contained apartments that match with a touch of class on the outside. From the outside come the floral gardening woven on the fence as they usher you into a spacious parking lot. The apartments have a multi-act design access point and windows. They come with a crescent design brown tiles carpet the entire house. At the top sits the comfy 2-seater sofa juxtaposed with single-seater sets. In between them sits an ebony-made coffee table manicured with a brown varnish. Across the sitting room, over a dining table spread through the sitting arena shielded by a wooden cabin, and as you walk up through the staircase leading to the bedrooms, the balcony gives you a breathtaking sight of the blue water of Lake Victoria, giving you and your family a moment to hide away from the afternoon sunshine. So next time on your way to Entebbe, drop off at the Pan Golden Villas and secure yourself one of these few apartments left.
The Bird's Eye, brought to you by Roofings. The Bird's Eye was brought to you by Roofings.
Roofings, strength of a nation.
Well, this week on the Property Show, we know that what's very important for everybody out there, whether you already have your own home or house, you're looking towards another home. Those of you that don't yet have a home or house, joining me on this week's edition of the Property Show is none other than Ms. Barnabas Ndaula, is the Head Legal Services, Uganda Land Board. Now, many of us have had concerns with land. The first question, however, I'm going to ask is, when we were studying history, it was 9,000 square miles. Is it still 9,000?
But the answer to it is that it's not exactly 9,000 square miles. It is a little over 1,000 square miles. But that is not the entirety of what you'd call kingdom land or Kabaka's land. It's a little more than that.
Help the viewers first of all understand. There's these confusing things to do with Crown land, Kabaka's land, Milo land, and all these things. And then many viewers out there have been actually warned and told, if it's not titled land, and it's Kabaka's land, do not dare buy. And those biases are all over us. But again, you find that averagely today, the Property Show will identify that over 60% of the deals in land, actually, people end up doubting because actually that's Kabaka's land. And many of them have been told it's a no-go zone area. Give us a little bit, brief history as far as Crown, Kabaka's land, and all that is concerned, please.
Many of you who have been through our schools may have, at some point in time in history, studied about a 1900 agreement. This is the beginning of land as a creature of the law in Uganda. The 1900 agreement, among other things, stipulated various land holdings or systems. Under that agreement, some land was given to the Saza chiefs and to the regents at the time, like Stanislas Mugwanya, Apollo Kagwa, Daudi Chisinjiri. These chunks of land were measured in miles, square miles, and this is what we now know as Milo land. Milo comes from the English word mile. Another chunk land holding system that was created was land that was to be held by the Kingdom of Buganda, which included the Kabaka's personal estates and the official estates and all other land.
Wait, the first one, Milo, was to be owned by who?
Milo was given specifically to individuals.
To individuals.
There were various Saza chiefs. Buganda has various Masaza.
Who was giving?
It is actually the protectorate government. They were giving us what belonged to us. But this was under colonialism.
At that time, who then owned that land? Because you see, some of this history is quite very interesting yet important. At the moment, was it held by the protectorate as the governing body owning the land?
Prior to the 1900 agreement, all land in Buganda as a kingdom was owned by basically two entities, the clans and the Kabakaship.
Okay.
So actually that was customary land holding.
Yes.
Contrary to what many people believe, this whole Milo system, Chibanja system is not customary law. That's a creation of the colonial laws. But before 1900, every clan, Abe Ngabi, Abe Fumbe, and you know, these different clans we have in Buganda, they all had their own land. And it was controlled by the clan heads. Now, with the advent of colonialism, all sorts of interesting challenges came up because the colonial government was interfering, was trying to amass property, and so it came to a head under the 1900 agreement, where it was now agreed that land holding would be looked at differently. That is why the people who are the architects of this deal, that's the colonial government and the Kabaka's government at that time, it was the time of Sekabaka Daudi Chua.
Yes.
He was a child.
Yes.
So it's the regents, Sir Apollo Kagwa, Stanislas Mugwanya, Daudi Chisinjiri, who actually participated in this agreement on behalf of the Kabaka.
If you're just watching today's Property Show, very, very important, because many of us have always had issues with land. Even as we speak, you could be watching right now and you're still anticipating to one day own your piece of land. If you have any question, stream it right onto our Facebook pages, our hotline on the screen. Get in touch with us. We'll channel the questions to the right person. Now, we move forward to where you had stopped us. The Kabaka equally was allocated.
So the Kabaka had land that he controlled.
Yes.
350 square miles. That was his personal estate. or official estates, and then there was land that was controlled by the kingdom as such. This included the so-called Maila Kenda.
That is the one I was interested in.
The 9,000 square miles. Yeah, now this Maila Kenda, which is technically 10,000 square miles, 10,100 square miles, is not one chunk of land in one place. It is land that is scattered. In today's Uganda, you'd find this land, the forest reserves, some of the swamps. Many of the urban areas in Buganda are seated on this Maila Kenda.
Barnabas, let me also ask, how big is Buganda? Because Buganda seems... how big is Buganda?
From a personal perspective, Buganda covers the whole world. Because ours is not just an ethnic thing. It is also cultural, and in the manner that we exist, Buganda, Kuzanganda, we invite in people and we grow. That's why our population in Buganda continues to expand.
Okay. Now, if you're just watching, the conversation with Barnabas will continue to the next week. However, one of the critical matters that came up, close of last year, we were looking at the registration that was going on. I've been to a number of countries, including Rwanda, let me not go very far away, where the land tenure system is very, very organized. The question I'm going to close with for us to continue next week is, how did the process go? The deadline was in December. Was it totally closed or it has been postponed? Brief us on how far you went and where it is at right now.
Well, I'll say that, let me start by saying that this was a very innovative step taken by Buganda Land Board, because we have registered Bibanja holders on Kabaka's land. We wouldn't mind registering on all the other pieces of land, because what happens is that now we know exactly who is seated, who is occupying land on Kabaka's land.
Okay.
Yeah. So this exercise was a great success. We registered over 100,000 Bibanja holders. I can proudly say that we have the biggest database of property owners in Uganda today. You want to know who owns what? Talk to Buganda Land Board.
Wow.
Because we've got a pretty concise picture of that. Nobody else has that information. The exercise was fantastic. The owners of these Bibanjas are now feeling protected because they know that the landlord is aware of their existence. Nobody can come and say, Jajange bamuzika wali, so that's my land. No. Those are issues we've sorted out.
Finally, what was the core purpose of this registration?
One, to know exactly who occupies what within the kingdom land. That was one. Secondly, to be able to protect the owners of these Bibanjas. We are starting some kind of year zero in land ownership, because prior to our exercise, people were just guessing. Inkumbi wekoma chibanja wichikoma. Jaji wange bamuzika wali chibanja change wichikoma. But today we have concise and precise parameters.
On a scale of 10 to 100%, how much was covered in this exercise?
70.
70.
70.
To those of you that are just watching, we proceed into next week looking at issues to do with the Buganda Land Board. Why or how important is this to us? Whether you've already constructed a property or a house and you're intending to, many of us who don't yet own land, there's lots of those issues. Keep those questions flowing through. We continue this discussion next week.
Al-Masjid Al-Haram, the holy mosque in Mecca, Saudi Arabia, is the holiest mosque in the world and the primary destination of the Hajj pilgrimage. The mosque complex covers an area of 356,800 square meters and can accommodate up to 820,000 worshippers during the Hajj. The Holy Mosque is the only mosque that has no Qibla direction, since Muslims professing the Kaaba in the central courtyard. The Haram was built in the 7th century and has been modified, rebuilt, and expanded on a regular basis ever since. The beginnings of the Holy Mosque were established under Caliph Omar. The Caliph ordered the demolition of houses surrounding the Kaaba in order to accommodate the growing number of pilgrims, then built a 1.5-meter high wall to form outdoor prayer area around the shrine. During the reign of Caliph Uthman, The prayer area was enlarged and covered with a simple roof supported by wooden columns and arcs. In 1571, Ottoman Sultan commissioned the court architect Sinner to renovate the Holy Mosque. It is from this renovation that the present building mostly dates, supported by addition of new columns from the nearby Sham Mountains. The interior of the domes were decorated with gilded calligraphy. Due to damaging rains in 1611, the mosque was once again restored under Sultan Murad. It received a new stone arcade with slender columns and inscriptive medallions between the arcs. The floor tiles around the Kaaba were replaced with new colored marble tiles, and the mosque was given 7 minarets. The monumental King Fahad Gate consists of 3 acts with black and white versus and carved white marble decoration. Flanked by 2 new minarets matching the older ones, the windows are covered with brass masharibia and framed with carved bands of white marble. The minor gates have green tilted sloped canopies, which adds an extra touch of beauty in that you would actually forget you're in a place of prayer, for it was given an extra touch of class. Are you looking for a property this time of the year? Do you want to move into something new? Or maybe you just want a holiday home, something small, somewhere you can take a vacation and just relax, maybe on the weekends. Well, thanks to our partners Lamudi and our property share listings on www.propertyshareone.com, we have this sorted for you. All you have to do is click and actually get to choose your property from the comfort of your living room. Up next is the property scan of the week.
I hope you've enjoyed every bit of today's edition of The Property Show. Please send through your comments, questions, if any, to our address that's on the screen in case you want to be assisted in any way. That's The Property Show is here for that. Special thanks to, of course, our wardrobe sponsors, Mars Luxury. Now, if you're a gentleman out there and you've been troubled about suits, neckties, watches, anything Whatever I'm putting on right now is just Mars Luxury. And how you can do it is marsluxury.com, and you'll be able to get anything that you need. And if you're a woman out there, you want your man to be a special dresser and a good-looking guy, it's going to be marsluxury.com. Special thanks, of course, to Roofings Group, the strength of the nation, and Nina Interiors, and our partners Serena Hotel, Liquid Telecom, Lamudi. Thank you very much for making the property show what it is today. Until next week, remember, God bless you and stay well and alive.
Next week on The Property Show.
Another summer day has come and gone away in Paris and Rome, but I want to go home.